Hello, welcome to PTI. I'm Zeal Muncie here with my co-stars Jensen Hadley and Aiden Beaversdorf. Today we're talking about where we think Damian Lillard will land and who's going to come out on top of the NL West. So first we're starting with Dame. Jensen, where do you think he's going to go?
I believe that Damian Lillard will go to the New York Knicks. They have tons of young players, tons of assets that could easily go to the that could trade. Now a lot of people have been saying that he might go to the Lakers, but he would need a supermax contract. You can't have three. It makes sense for him to go to a smaller team where he doesn't have to compete, where the team doesn't have to compete for salary cap space. I think it's a great fit. Yeah.
Okay, what's your thoughts, Aiden?
I'm thinking Damian Lillard stays in Portland. He's gotten them into the playoffs for the past couple of years every year, and they usually do pretty good there. He's an excellent three-point shooter, and he just needs some more work and some better teammates, someone else to give the ball to at some points.
Okay, Jensen, so why do you think, what is there for him in New York that would convince him to go there?
Well, it's definitely for sure the biggest market out of any sports city, way bigger than Portland. He could get tons of national recognition. Now, sure, he does get a lot, but it's definitely bigger than Portland is. I think he would just, being in the big city, seeing his face on a billboard, tons of celebrities live in New York, it'd bring more attention to the Knicks.
Yeah, I respect that. And why do you think he would choose to stay in Portland when there's some better teams that might be better for him career-wise?
I think he's a team player. As you saw, they were a 6 seed, and they didn't quite beat the Nuggets. They got close. They just need a couple more years to get for. He's already settled, but I think they just need to figure out what they're trying to do, and I think that they'll really do good in that sense.
Yeah, I respect it. I think both ideas are very valid. We're going to move on to the NL West. Jensen, who do you think comes out on top of the West?
I'm gonna have to go with the San Diego Padres. Now, sure, they're only a third-place team, but they could easily get into a groove. Now Blake Snell has had a disappointing season so far. If he can play like he did in 2018 when he was with the Rays and won the AL Cy Young, they'd have 2 Cy Young nominees with Yu Darvish and Blake Snell. And you have one of the most entertaining players in Fernando Tatis Jr., Jake Cronenworth, and Machado. Now the Giants have been winning a lot, but if there was a team to push forward, and you take a look at the game against the Nationals, that was the greatest. All the players played so good. If they can play like that for the remainder of the season, they're going to be a tough team to beat in the NL West.
Okay, do you have any counteracting thoughts, Aiden?
I believe the San Francisco Giants are going to take the NL West. They got out to an early lead. Their pitching has been pretty good. Their defense and fielding has been good, and their bats also good. And the Dodgers and Padres are both good teams, but I think the Giants are going to hold on to it.
Okay, so Jensen, I have a question. Why do you put the Padres over the Dodgers when the Dodgers are the most talented team on paper?
Well, on paper, you didn't say healthiest. If the Dodgers are healthy, yes, they'll be a tough team. But Cody Bellinger hasn't had when he's been hurt, and at plate he hasn't had he wasn't what he used to be. So if Jamal Murray said it's not the best team who wins, it's the healthiest team. So the Padres have shown they're healthy, so I think that's why they can be better than the Dodgers.
Okay. And in concluding thoughts with this, why do you think, even though the Dodgers are only 2-3 games behind, how will the Giants stay ahead for the remainder of the season?
Like Jensen said, staying healthy really helps the Giants. If they can stay healthy and come out on top, and just depending on the Dodgers, if they get injured or unhealthy at any point, that might affect the season.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Dodgers myself. But here, that was an episode of PTI. I'm Zeal Muncie with my co-hosts Jensen Hadley and Aiden Beaversdorf, signing off.